Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today's topic is the facial spaces of the neck. We are doing the head and neck classes. We have completed the scalp phase and the cranial cavity, and we are now doing the topics in the neck. We have already covered the deep cervical fascia and the carotid sheath, and one more topic in this deep cervical fascia is the facial lined spaces of the neck. So those who have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe now so that you will receive the continuation of the head and neck classes and also the histology, embryology. In our channel we have added a new playlist, important anatomy in 50 videos. If you go through these 50 videos, you will be able to cover most of the anatomy exam questions. So do subscribe now, keep watching the videos. Now we will move on to the topic facial spaces of the neck. These are the potential facial line spaces of the neck. They are retropharyngeal space, lateral pharyngeal space, danger space of the neck, masticator space, submandibular space, visceral compartment of the neck, space of the base of the mandible, space of the submandibular gland, visceral vascular space. So there are so many potential facial line spaces in the neck. So in this class we will cover the important facial spaces. This is the retropharyngeal space. This may be asked as short notes for you. Definition: it is a potential or dead space behind the pharynx. It acts as a bursa to allow expansion of the pharynx during deglutition. Boundaries of this retropharyngeal space: in front, buccopharyngeal fascia; behind, prevertebral fascia; on each side, carotid sheath and its contents; above is limited by the base of the skull; below is continuous with the superior mediastinum of the thorax. So this space, you should remember, it is extending to the superior mediastinum of the thorax. That's the pathway for the spread of infection. So in this you can understand the retropharyngeal space. So in front by the buccopharyngeal fascia, so this is the buccopharyngeal space fascia, and behind by this prevertebral fascia, so that this is the potential space behind the pharynx which extends up to the superior mediastinum of the thorax. Contents: loose areolar tissue, so you can observe the loose areolar tissue, and retropharyngeal lymph nodes, pharyngeal plexus of vessels and nerves. So another important space is this lateral pharyngeal space. So retropharyngeal space is the space behind the pharynx. Lateral pharyngeal space is the space on each side of the pharynx. So it's a wedge-shaped space lined with areolar fascia situated on each side of the pharynx. So again the upper boundary is base of skull and auditory tube. So that is the wedge-shaped. So base is above and apex is below, up to the level of the hyoid bone. So this space is up to the level of hyoid bone only. So this is the diagram. So you can understand in this diagram. So if this is the pharynx, we have seen the retropharyngeal space already. So this is the retropharyngeal space, and this is the lateral pharyngeal space. So this is the retropharyngeal space, and this is the lateral pharyngeal space. So in this you can observe on the lateral pharyngeal space medially pharynx with the palatine tonsil, so that is the boundary, and posterolaterally parotid gland. So this is laterally and slightly posterior parotid gland. Anterolaterally, so this is the anterolaterally medial pterygoid muscle and the ramus of the mandible, and posteriorly this is the carotid sheath and its contents. So this is the good diagram for the lateral pharyngeal space. medially pharynx. Laterally we have anterolaterally and posterolaterally. Anterolaterally this is the ramus of the mandible with two muscles attached to it, masseter and medial pterygoid muscle, and this is posterolaterally parotid gland, and posteriorly carotid sheath and its contents. Lateral pharyngeal space contents are the branches of maxillary nerve and maxillary vessels and a quantity of fibrofatty tissue. So we have covered the two important spaces, retropharyngeal space and lateral pharyngeal space. Applied anatomy of this lateral pharyngeal space, infection of this lateral pharyngeal space may be from the palatine tonsil. So infected tonsil may extend to the parotid and submandibular spaces, and also from the lateral pharyngeal space it is extending to the other spaces also. So that is called as Ludwig's angina. So you should know already angina pectoris. Angina pectoris is the disease of the carotid disease of the coronary arteries in the heart, you should have learnt. So that angina is different from this Ludwig's angina. So already we have seen the lateral pharyngeal space contents, that is they are the branches of the maxillary nerve and vessels. So this is the patient with the Ludwig's angina. So that is the infection of the lateral pharyngeal space and also spreading to the parotid and the submandibular space. So this is again the another picture of the Ludwig's angina. So we have covered the two important spaces, retropharyngeal space and lateral pharyngeal space. The other spaces of the neck are the danger space of the neck, masticator space, submandibular space, visceral compartment of the neck, space of the base of the mandible, space of the submandibular glands, visceral vascular space. So this may be the names of the spaces, at least you should know. The two important spaces we have covered in this class. These two retropharyngeal space and lateral pharyngeal space may be the short notes. Other spaces of the neck may be asked as 2 marks question. So those who have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe now. With other topic in the neck region, we will see in the next class.